And welcome back to Northwest High School. A thriller has just wrapped up. The Vikings 35-34 victors over their rivals Aurora, coming back from a 28-7 deficit at halftime. Joining me, head coach Kevin Stein. Coach, I guess the first question is, where does this rate on the games that you've been involved in as a coach throughout your career?
You know, on the things like, you're talking definitely top three. You know, you don't want to dismiss, the other 20-some teams, and stuff like that. But when you kind of put the pieces together of, being a head coach, it's your last, home game here, and it's senior night. We get to introduce all them and their parents, and then, having a senior boy on the team, and then so just you kind of throw that on the pot, and then, just on top of that, it's against Aurora, rival that we respect, and so it is definitely top three.
Well, let's rehash some of the game. What were you thinking? Onside kick score, another kick bounces off one of your players, They get the ball back, score again, and you guys are down 28-7 at half.
You want me to really tell you?
Let's hear it.
This is public TV,
Fair enough, fair enough.
We were just all out of sorts. We had some players bickering at each other. We had some coaches, I got on an official for just out of frustration, pointing the finger, that kind of stuff. We were in disarray, and, we always kind of throw back to the, row the boat type thing. And we went in at halftime, and the players were kind of getting after each other. We were in straight disarray, and I kind of said, listen, we guys got to get back together. I said, if we want to keep splintering off, I said, how many points are we going to lose by, Riley? 50, I said. We're going to lose by 50 if we keep doing this. I said, but you know what? We come back together. Coach Bombeck said, we're going to come back, and we're going to win 35-28. Now, that was a big selling point for us to kind of keep rowing and come back and get it going.
Well, you put up 28 in the second half offensively, gave up just 7. I mean, besides amazing plays by your players, what were you seeing? I mean, your defense, too, to hold an Aurora team to that point total, pretty impressive.
You know what? It kind of goes back to what you did, preseason and stuff like that. Defensively, Coach Suttles, we had a great game plan. We loved it. But the guys were just kind of swimming a little bit defensively. And Briar Shireman Baylor was just knifing us and stuff. And so we just said, listen, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go back to what we do. We're going to play our 2 different coverages that we do. Just about a 12-inch adjustment with our defensive line, and we're just going to play. And then our guys were able to just settle in and just play defense. And then offensively, our receivers were great. We ran the ball when we needed to. Carter Terry was unbelievable.
Coach, it was a fun one to watch. Congratulations on the win.
Yes, it is. It's fun, and it's fun to, dudes like this, they just say, hey, sometimes throw the ball up and go get it. So thanks for covering us, guys.
Glad to do it. We're going to talk to this dude who is Riley Schliep, our Grand Island Clinic player of the game. Riley, let's start off with your first big play. You had many, but you had the pick. The pick turned into a 17-yard touchdown, your first of 2. Walk us through that little sequence in the first half.
Oh, geez. Interception. We jammed the wide receiver really good, and he wasn't able to get across, and I don't think Bailey was able to see him getting jammed like that. And he just threw the ball right into the middle of the field, right into my hands. And then our offense did a great job. Our linemen were fantastic tonight. And then they just gave me a chance, and I made the play.
Well, another play you made was on that side of the field. It involved one hand. It involved another touchdown. Have you ever had one of those before? Some Odell Beckham Jr. type stuff you're channeling there?
No, never. That was crazy. He had my right arm pinned, and I just tried to make a play on it and pulled it into my chest, and I just came down with it.
Well, I think the next good question is, how are you feeling? I don't think you could have a more dramatic victory over a rival in Aurora, and you guys pulled it out by 1 point. What does that mean to you and this team?
Oh, it's fantastic. Early in the season when we lost to Columbus and teams like that, big teams like that, we kind of died out in the second half. And I feel like this game after the second half, we came out, we punched them in the mouth, and we kept riding them, and we just pulled out a good victory. And that's huge for our team coming up these weeks.
Well, Riley, congrats on the great performance. Best of luck the rest of the way. This was certainly a fun one to watch.
Thank you.
Riley Schliep, our Grand Island Clinic player of the game, 86 yards receiving, 2 touchdowns, a pick. Northwest wins 35-34 to improve to 6-2 heading into the final week of the regular season, knocking off their bitter rivals Aurora in an instant classic. Thank you so much for joining us for this broadcast. This has been a fun one, certainly the most entertaining that we've had so far this football season. And we have one more week to go coming up next Friday in terms of regular season football broadcast. Again, special thanks to our camera operators, terrific producer Aaron Trout in the truck. For Andy Klassen, I am Brandon Axamit. We will see you next week with more high school football on News Channel Nebraska.